Today we're talking about one of those hidden gem neighborhoods that if you are not from the area, you really have no idea that it's even there. Even if you are from the area, I feel like it's a little bit under the radar unless you kind of drive through this neighborhood frequently or because it's just kind of off the beaten path. And so today we're going to be talking about the River Run community here in Spokane. This is a absolutely gorgeous community kind of built into the canyon heading down to the Spokane River. It's right along the Spokane River and has some beautiful access to that. So if you're looking for a community that has some really beautiful homes close to nature, this is the one for you. So stick around. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the location. Where is the River Run community? So jumping into my computer, we'll zoom out here a little bit so you can get your bearings. Here's the city of Spokane as a whole. And so we zoom in here, and it is on the west side of Spokane. And you have to get out this way, you got to get your way across the river and head up Government Way, which is this road right here. And this is the community. Let me get my drawing tool. So this community right here is the River Run HOA. And so this road is Government Way that comes along the outside here. And if you're from Spokane, you might notice, or if you've done Bloomsday before, the 10K race that we have every single year in May, where thousands of people come and do it. This is right along the Bloomsday Trail. It heads up Wistox Way past the Spokane Falls Community College, and then takes this corner and heads up what we call Doomsday Hill, or the actual name for it is Pettit Drive, but we call it Doomsday Hill because it's very steep and it's a very long hill. You're at like I think this is like mile 5 in the race, and so you're already super tired and you just have to hit this super steep long hill. So that's why we call it Doomsday Hill. So west side of Spokane, tucked away, but pretty easy, like conveniently located in Spokane as well. You kind of just drop down Government Way. You can be on I-90 very quickly to make it out to the airport or get downtown relatively quickly as well. So it's really tucked away into the hills, like into this little canyon. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's really cool because it's actually some of the houses on this side here, because I was showing one this week right in this area. There's a really great valley going through here, and you can see all the way over to the South Hill. There was a view from the house where you could see clear up to the South Hill. You can see the Batman Tower, I call it, St. John's Cathedral. We'll have a picture here that sits on the South Hill, and you could also see Sacred Heart Hospital. So you could really see for a long ways. The view is absolutely incredible on some of these more southern properties here. Then a couple other things that make the location just really cool. It's surrounded by 2 golf courses, Downriver and Indian Canyon. It's right up against Palisades Park, which is a great hiking area. And then it is just minutes from the Riverside State Bull and Pitcher area as well. So again, really integrated into the nature. I'm going to show you even a few more ways that it's just really nature heavy in this area here in just a minute. So let's talk about the real estate, the houses in this area, who's going to be living in this area. So this community is made up of 200 homes. They were all built around the 2005 to 2007 era. And the average home price for this neighborhood is about $770,000 over the last 18 months. The most expensive home that sold in this last year was $1.1 million, and it was a lot right on the water. There's currently one for sale at $1.6 million. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll actually show you some B-roll of that home. But then the large majority is between that $700,000 to $800,000 range. And then there's actually another section just a little bit away from the water, but with access to all the trails and everything, that's a little bit more affordable, where the average price is more like $550,000. So let's jump back into the map and kind of see how that's broken up here. So all of the homes, of course, on the water are going to be the most expensive. And so within the last 18 months, one on the water has sold. That was the one at 1.1. It was down here a little bit. And then there's one on this side available at 1.6 currently. So all of these homes were built by Ted Miller Construction during that time. He had all of the lots as far as I can tell. Then Dave Largent Construction built the majority of the homes in this area. I'll finish my circle here, but Dave Largent built the majority of the homes here. I saw Ted Miller had built a few, I think, along River Ridge, and then even Paris Homes actually, I think, built a couple in here, but not many. So somebody, maybe Dave Largent, sold off a few lots to them. And then lastly, we had Haydn Homes build this section of the community over here, which is a small group of single family homes. So again, you're way off the river, like the river being down here. But you can see, let me pick a different color here. The integrated trail system in the community here. You can see the hiking trail there. So you can come out of that little neighborhood, jump onto the trails, be down, and then come all the way down here, basically to the river access, and be totally integrated in that community. So even if your price point isn't $7 to $1 million, you're still just a stone's throw away from all the cool amenities in this area. Now, this community does have about a 6% turnover rate, meaning about 6% of the homes are turning over every single year. So that's actually a pretty healthy community. That means that people aren't holding onto the properties forever, but people aren't selling so constantly trying to get out of it. That's actually a really good sign that it's just likely that you could find a home in there, but also likely that people love living in that community and don't leave very often. So now, like I was saying, it's very integrated into nature. And if you're somebody that does mountain biking or just likes to get out and hike or even road biking, there's a lot of amazing accessibility and trails in this area for you. So the one primary one is what's called the Mega Church Trail, which I haven't even really talked about the Mega Church, but Life Center is a massive, one of those really big mega churches here in the Spokane area. It's been there for since the River Run community started. I had gone with some friends a handful of times growing up, and I think it is just a great community. I know some people that go there. They call it Mega Church Trail since it runs right along there. And what's nice about this community is that they actually left some empty lots available, which I'm about to show you right here.
So the cool thing about this community is that they actually leave some of the lots vacant in here, or they did when it was being developed, so that there'd be a couple just green spaces throughout the community and then trails that would lead down to the river, so you could take advantage of the trail system that's down there, getting close to the water and all that. And I'm going to show you here in just a second what some of those beaches look like. Not necessarily white sandy beaches, Malibu beaches or anything like that, but really cool to be able to get into have access to swim in the river and just be super close by as well.
And so what's cool is that they actually were thoughtful. They didn't develop every single lot in the neighborhood. And so there's actually water access here, here, and I believe right here. Oh no, sorry, it's right here. Boom. So there's actually 4. Here, I'll get rid of that one just so we're not confused. There's a trail access there. So in all 4 of these spots, you can walk in between houses or take a trail down to the river and get onto the Mega Church Trail, trailhead, and I'll explain kind of where that goes and why that's so cool. But then also you have immediate access to being on the Spokane River. You could pretty easily hike a kayak down there and jump into the river and take your way, just go down the river. And then obviously somebody might have to pick you up and bring you home later at another pickup point down the river. But you could go rafting, things like that. Or there's actually a pretty quiet spot that I'm about to show you with a little spot where you could actually swim right outside your house.
So again, in this River Run community, it's not that we have super white sandy beaches or anything. I mean, this is the most sandy beach that I could find hiking the trails here. There's definitely leaves and sticks and things like that, but the water itself is in the water is sandy. It's not rocky. So this would actually be a decent swimming hole. So there's really cool access to nature in this community, just right out the backyard. Trails all throughout the neighborhood to get down to the river and be able to follow the path, the trail here that goes all the way to People's Park and connects to the Centennial Trail in Kendall Yards and goes all the way, would that be west, heading towards Riverside State Park, and it connects to the Centennial Trail at TJ Meanock Park. So if you want great hiking trail or mountain biking trail or anything like that, it's really cool how surrounded by nature this community really is.
So it's just a really cool feature, being able to be right on the Spokane River on a really private setting. And I would say there's many days where you would just have that beach all to yourself, which would be very, very cool in the summertime. But for the people that like to get out and hike, walk, or bike long distance, there's some really cool accessibility that the Mega Church Trail gives you. So taking a look at this trail map, the Mega Church Trail runs along here, along the Spokane River. Then it becomes Trail 100, and then I believe it's Trail 25. Yep, 25. And that puts you in the Bowl and Pitcher Riverside State Park natural area. So you can mountain bike your way, hike your way all the way into Riverside State Park and back if you wanted to. And then it stops here at People's Park. And so I'm going to jump back into my other map and show you why that's cool. So you would take it all the way along the Spokane River here, over the Hangman Creek on the west and south side of it. And then it stops about here, jumps onto Riverside Avenue, you would take it into People's Park right here, and then go across People's Bridge. And then you go up and you are in Kendall Yards, and you can be on the Centennial Trail and take it all the way to northern Idaho if you wanted to. Or you can go the other way on the Centennial Trail, which this is actually the area where the Centennial Trail kind of doesn't have a connection point, but you take the bike path. There's a bike path here along Summit Boulevard, and then in this neighborhood, the bike path continues this way while cars go this way. You connect up onto Pettit Drive, this is where Doomsday Hill is. You'd be on a very steep downward slope here at the TJ Meenock Bridge. You could come back across and then jump back on the trail here and come back into your community. Or if you are a road biker, you could always do the same thing, and you could change a different color here. You could come out onto Government Way, come down Government Way onto Riverside Ave, do the same loop because this is all paved, follow the trail, and then actually just come out on Wistox Way back to Government Way. And that would be an amazing paved route as well. So that's why I just think it's so cool. The accessibility in this community is the built-in trails, the loops, things like that. So if you're active, this is an awesome area to be in. So everybody wants to know about the schools for any type of home that they're moving to, especially if they have kids. But so this one is in District 81, Spokane District 81. It's on that very western side of town. And so this is kind of like the last neighborhood in District 81. So the house sits right here, and it would go north to Finch Elementary, just on the northern edge of Audubon Park. So then after Finch, they would actually go to Glover Middle School, which this, again, I've talked about this in my Audubon Downriver video in the past. The school boundaries for Shadle and Glover are kind of interesting because most Shadle and Glover are actually mostly in the North Central High School district. So Shadle High School sits within the North Central High School boundary. So if a kid lived across the street from Shadle, they would actually go to North Central, which is just weird. But so the Glover and Glover is right next to Shadle, but those kids that go to Glover don't actually go to Shadle, they go to North Central. So you would go to Finch, Glover, and North Central High School. But it is, if you were looking for more private school options, there's a Christian Academy right across the street from this community, and St. George's is about a 20-minute drive from this area. So overall, this community is incredibly walkable. There's paved sidewalks all throughout, hiking trails all throughout. When I was walking through this neighborhood getting film for this video, it was on our first day of true spring. It was like 70 degrees, sunny. It was absolutely beautiful. All the neighbors were out. And something I didn't mention, there is an incorporated park into the community. So there's a little park with the play structure and everything. And so there's kids playing out there. All the neighbors were hanging out. It seems just like a really tight-knit community because I could see people walking down the sidewalk and stopping and talking to their neighbor for 30 plus minutes while I was out and about filming. So if you've made it this far in the video, I do want to show you one of the amazing homes available in this community and the amazing view that this property has at the very end. So make sure you stick around. Here it is right here.
All right, so I just want to give you a quick tour of this $1.6 million home that's currently listed. Really, the money is in the view. Check this out. This is absolutely incredible. You can see, like I was saying earlier, all the way up to the South Hill. Hard to tell in this video, but you can see the tower, St. John's Cathedral just poking out right there, all the way up to the South Hill. Got the outdoor barbecue, really large kitchen with gas range here, additional oven there. These are 6 bedrooms, 6 bath, tongue and groove ceiling, stone fireplace. This is just, yeah, absolutely amazing. Nothing. I want to show you this office space upstairs really quick. Just give you the highlight reel. If you want to check out the full thing, we'll post a full video walkthrough over on my Instagram if you want to head over there and check it out. But here's the view from the office. You have terraces down below, 1 terrace, 2 terrace with a fire pit, and that hiking trail is just beyond your fence line down in there. So absolutely incredible. Let's jump to the master bedroom, right? And here we are in the primary bedroom. Windows are closed, but you'd have a view out there. You get to walk out to the deck from this room, tongue and groove ceiling in here. This primary bathroom is amazing. Humongous soaking tub. And I love this shower, double-headed with the bench. And then just humongous walk-in closet. And now let's go check out the movie theater. All right, and now we are walking into the movie theater, like a true movie theater too. Completely dark, surround sound, already has the projector built in with the screen. It's just super awesome space, amazing entertaining space here. There's room for like 4 TVs down here, so if you wanna watch three games at the same time, you can. There's 2 bedrooms and a bath down there. And then we'll just actually step outside. The view is really just absolutely incredible. Just being able to be surrounded by the trees in the middle of this canyon here. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So just didn't feel like I could do this video without showing you guys this house because it's just so incredible.
So that is a river run breakdown. This community is absolutely amazing. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. What do you think of this community, and what communities are you interested in that I can make a video for you? And if you want to sit down with me and go over the Spokane area to see which neighborhoods might be a better fit for you, make sure to use the link down below in the description to schedule a meeting on my calendar at a time that's convenient for you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.